Have you seen this? This is the Tilt 5 Holographic Tabletop Gaming Kickstarter. It's raised almost $1 million in the first 10 days, and it looks like this amazing augmented reality experience. There's 3 people sitting around the table. They've got what looks like a Catan style game and some RPGs as the demo, and it looks incredible. However, when I'm looking into the actual details, there's some concerning things. So even though the technology looks absolutely solid and it even got reviewed and looked at by Norm from Adam Savage's Tested, I don't think the technology is the problem. I think the content is the problem. It's not actually launching with any RPGs or board games. It's launching with 6 video games. And the content partners are supposed to bring in those RPGs and board games. But out of the 8 or 10 that they only have 1 with any experience in tabletop gaming. That's Fantasy Grounds, which Fantasy Grounds, it seems like a great partner because they have the licenses for Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder and a whole bunch of really great RPGs. But their experience is kind of just replacing the pen and paper DM roll with digital version of that. It's not making animated 3D models and worlds and things like that. So it seems like kind of a stretch to think that they can fully adopt and make this whole new thing for, I mean, there's 1,800 backers, let's say it gets to 5,000. Will they make content for just 5,000 potential customers? That seems like a much smaller market than what they're doing now with a lot bigger of a cost. And, you know, I want this for something like Gloomhaven, but it's the same thing. Like, would they make the Gloomhaven style game, like whoever the publisher is, and make this on top when there's such a small market? I mean, that's the big problem with AR, virtual reality, mixed reality in general. So I think this will depend heavily on content developers adopting the system and making stuff and finding that it's worth it. It's also limited to 3 people locally. That's a pretty harsh limit for any board game tabletop experience. And you can add more people in remotely like they do in the demo, but that's, you know, part of the appeal of board gaming and RPGs is people are in the same room. And I do want that problem of my friend moving and being able to play with them still, but that's not the primary thing to solve here. But for now, $300 just for 1 set of glasses and 1 board, or nearly $900 for just 3, that seems like a pretty steep price and a pretty big bet that they'll get the partners and have it launched. And, you know, you probably have to pay for the content on top of it. Who knows how much that'll cost. So I would put it in the category of having a lot of potential, but we'll have to see if it can deliver on it. So that's the Tilt 5.